Hello everyone. Let us solve problems on statistics to find the measures of dispersion. First problem, find the range and coefficient of range of the distribution. This distribution is given in which these are values 40, 52, 47, 28, 45, 36, 47 and 50. Here 47 is repeated for 2 times. So solution for this, first of all we have to write the given data as it is. Then we have to find out largest value and which we can denote it by capital L from this data. So in this data 52 is largest value. So L is equal to 52. Now we have to find out smallest value which we can represent by capital S, which is equal to 28. Now range is given by capital L minus capital S, where L is 52 and S is 28. We can put here, hence 52 minus 28, and this is equal to 24. Now coefficient of range is equal to capital L minus capital S divided by L plus S. Now let us put the values. 52 minus 28 divided by 52 plus 28, which is equal to 24 divided by 52 plus 28 is 80. This is equal to, dividing numerator and denominator by 8, 3 divided by 10, and this is answer. Let us solve next sum. Question is like this: calculate the mean deviation about mean for the distribution. This distribution is given and we have to find out mean deviation about mean. Okay, in first row marks obtained are given 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and number of students 1, 3, 7, 5, 2 and 2. One student get 3 marks, 3 students get 4 marks, 7 students get 5 marks, 5 students get 6 marks, 2 students get 7 marks, and 2 students again get 8 marks. Put given data in a tabular form like this. In first column, values of xi means marks obtained. In second column, fi means number of students. And third column, we have to take multiplication of fi and xi. Fourth column, di, which is equal to difference between values of x and mean. This is modulus of di. And last column, which is fi into modulus of di. Okay, these number of columns are required to calculate mean deviation about mean. Now first of all we have to calculate fi into xi to get third column. So 3 into 1, 3, 4 into 3, 12, 5 into 7, 35, 6 into 5, 30, 7 into 2, 14, and 8 into 2, 16. So taking addition of all these values, summation of fi into xi is equal to 110, and sum of all these values from fi column and denoted by capital N, which is equal to summation of fi, that gives 20. Okay, now first find x bar. X bar means mean of the distribution, given by summation of fi into xi divided by capital N. But summation of fi into xi is 110, so this is equal to 110 divided by 20. 0, 0 gets cancelled, and this is equal to 5.5. Now we have to calculate values for column di. Here di is nothing but xi minus x bar, but x bar is mean, which is equal to 5.5. So to get these values, 3 minus 5.5, which is equal to minus 2.5. Then 4 minus 5.5 is equal to minus 1.5. 5 minus 5.5 is equal to minus 0.5. Then 6 minus 5.5 is equal to 0.5. 7 minus 5.5 is equal to 1.5. And 8 minus 5.5 is equal to 2.5. Now modulus of all these values, that is column modulus of di minus 2.5, its modulus value, that is positive value, is 2.5, minus 1.5, its positive value is 1.5, then 0.5, 0.5, 1.5 and 2.5. Now last column, which is Fi into modulus of di. Fi means this column and modulus of di means this column. We have to take multiplication of corresponding elements from Fi column and modulus of di column. So 1 into 2.5 is equal to 2.5. 3 into 1.5 is equal to 4.5. 7 into 0.5 is equal to 3.5. 5 into 0.5 is equal to 2.5 and 2 into 1.5 is equal to 3. Then 2 into 2.5 is equal to 5. Now take sum of all values of this column. So summation Fi is equal to 21. Okay. Now we can calculate mean deviation about mean for given distribution. Formula for mean deviation about mean is equal to summation of Fi into modulus of di divided by capital N. And you know capital N is nothing but summation of Fi, which is 20, and summation Fi di is equal to 21. Okay, so this is equal to, we can write 21 divided by 20, which is equal to 1.05. This is mean deviation and which is solution for given sum. Let us solve this question. Find the standard deviation, coefficient of standard deviation, variance and coefficient of variance for the following data. Data is given like this. First row is class interval. First class interval is 0 to 10. For this frequency is 3. Second class interval is 10 to 20. Frequency is 5. For 20 to 30, frequency is 8. For 30 to 40, frequency is 3, and for last class interval 40 to 50, its frequency is 1. Okay. In this way, this grouped data is given. To solve this sum, we have to prepare a table like this. First column for class intervals, second column for xi. Xi means midpoint of each class interval. Just like 0 to 10, its midpoint will be 5. 10 to 20, its midpoint will be 15. 20 to 30, its midpoint will be 25. For 30 to 40, midpoint will be 35, and for 40 to 50, midpoint will be 45. So we can put here 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45. Third column for frequencies, which is already given in given data, 3, 5, 8, 3, 1. Let us find values for fourth column. In fourth column, we have to take multiplication of frequencies and midpoints of each class interval. So 5 into 3, 15. 15 into 5, 75. 25 into 8, 200. 35 into 3, 105. And 45 into 1, 45. Okay. Let us calculate summation of all these values from Fi xi column as well as sum of all values from Fi column to get mean of distribution. Now sum of all values from frequency column, which is equal to 20. 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 8, 16 plus 3, 19 plus 1, 20. And sum of all values from Fi xi column is equal to 440. Okay, let us calculate mean. Mean for given distribution is given by this formula. Mean is equal to summation of Fi into xi divided by capital N. Here capital N is 20 and summation of Fi into xi is 440. So this is equal to 440 divided by 20, and which is equal to 22. Okay, this is mean. Now we have to complete next column of the table. So di is equal to xi minus x bar. But here x bar is 22. We have to subtract 22 from each values of this column. So 5 minus 22, this is equal to minus 17. 15 minus 22 is equal to minus 7. 25 minus 22 is equal to 3. 35 minus 22 is equal to 13. And 45 minus 22 is equal to 23. Okay, now we have to take di square of each values from this column. Minus 17, its square is 289. Minus 7 square is 49. 3 square is 9. 13 square is equal to 169. And 23 square is equal to 512. and 29. Okay. Now last column fi into di square. So we have to take multiplication of corresponding elements from fi column and di square column. 3 into 289, this is equal to 867. Then 5 into 49 is equal to 245. 8 into 9 is equal to 72. 3 into 169 is equal to 507, and 1 into 529 is equal to 529. So let us take addition of all values from this column, and which is equal to given by 2220. By using this value, we have to find out variance. And here variance is given by summation of fi into di square divided by n. Okay. So fi into di square is 2220 divided by capital N is nothing but summation of fi, which is equal to 20. This is equal to 111. Okay, this is variance, and we know standard deviation is nothing but square root of variance. So standard deviation is equal to square root of 111, and this is equal to 10.54. Now let us calculate coefficient of standard deviation, which is given by standard deviation divided by mean. And here standard deviation is 10.54 and mean is 22. Okay, this is approximately equal to 0.48. Now coefficient of variation is given by standard deviation divided by mean into 100. This value is already obtained, which is 0.48. So into 100 means 0.48 into 100, and which is equal to 48, and which is solution of given sum. Solve this sum. Who is more consistent and why? Given statistical data is for A, its values are given 48, 50, 39, 46 and 37, which is individual data or raw data. And values of B are given 50, 52, 60, 55 and 53. This is also individual data. Okay. So we have to check who is more consistent, either A or B. Let us solve this sum. First of all, prepare a table for A. First column of xi. Xi means these values. Di is nothing but second column, and which is given by xi minus x bar, where x bar is mean of the values of A. And last column, third column, which is di square. Okay. So first of all, we have to find out x bar. Let us take sum of all these values. Summation of xi is equal to taking addition 48 plus 50 plus 39 plus 46 plus 37 is equal to 220. Okay. Number of values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So small n is given by 5. Now for this data, mean is given by summation of xi divided by n. Summation of xi is 220 and small n is 5. So calculating 220 divided by 5, this is equal to 44. Now we have to complete third column. Di is equal to xi minus x bar, means 48 minus 44, which is equal to 4. 50 minus 44, which is equal to 6. 39 minus 44 is equal to minus 5. 46 minus 44 is equal to 2. And 37 minus 44 is equal to minus 7. Okay. Now we have to find out di square. Last column, that is square of each element from this column. 4 square is 16. 6 square is 36. Minus 5 square is 25. 2 square is 4. Minus 7 square is 49. And now take sum of all these values from this column, and which is equal to 130. So summation of di square is equal to 130. Now let us calculate variance, which is equal to summation of di square divided by n. 130 divided by small n is 5, which is equal to 26. Now let us find find standard deviation. Standard deviation which is given by square root of variance which is equal to square root of 26 and this is equal to 5.10. Now formula for coefficient of variation which is suppose V1 for group A which is equal to standard deviation divided by mean. Here standard deviation is 5.10 divided by mean. Mean is 44 into 100. So V1 is equal to 11.59. Now let us calculate coefficient of variation for group B. Here first column of xi, second column di which is equal to xi minus x bar and third column di square. Okay, square of each element from this column. Values of xi which is already given in statement of the question, that is 50, 52, 60, 55 and 53. Let us find sum of all these values. In summation xi is equal to 270. Let us find mean for this data. Mean is given by this formula summation xi divided by n. Summation xi is 270 divided by n is number of values of x and which are 5 values, so n is equal to 5 and this is equal to 54. Now we have to complete next column. Di is equal to xi minus x bar. 50 minus 54 which is equal to minus 4, then 52 minus 54 that is minus 2, 60 minus 54 which is 6, 55 minus 54 which is equal to 1 and 53 minus 54 which is equal to minus 1. And now di square, square of each element from this column. Minus 4 square is 16, minus 2 square is 4, 6 square is 36, 1 square is 1 and minus 1 square is also 1. Summation of all these values 16 plus 4 20 plus 36 56 plus 1 57 plus 1 58. So summation of di square is equal to 58. Okay, let us calculate coefficient of variation for given data. Variance is given by this formula. Variance is equal to summation of di square divided by n, but summation of di square is 58 and n is 5, so this is equal to 58 upon 5 which is equal to 11.6. Now let us calculate next value, that is standard deviation, which is equal to square root of variance and this is equal to square root of 11.6 which is equal to 3.41. Now we have to calculate coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation for group B, let us assume V2 and which is given by the formula V2 is equal to standard deviation divided by mean into 100. Standard deviation is 3.41 and mean is 54 into 100 and this is equal to 6.31. But here we have obtained V1 is equal to 11.59 and V2 is equal to 6.31. This implies V2 is less than V1 and is greater than V2 and consistency of A is less than consistency of B. Hence the solution. Which of two sets is more consistent? Two sets are given, set 1 and set 2. Average of set 1 is 82.5 and which is denoted by x1 bar suppose, and standard deviation of set 1 is 7.3 and standard deviation is represented by sigma 1. Now considering set 2, average of set 2 is denoted by x2 bar and which is equal to 48.75 and standard deviation of set 2 is sigma 2 which is equal to 8.35. Okay, 48.75 and 8.35. Let us solve this sum. First of all, let us calculate coefficient of variation for set number 1. So from given data, coefficient of variation is equal to V1 is equal to sigma 1 divided by x1 bar into 100 and this is equal to sigma 1 is 7.3 divided by 82.5 into 100 which is equal to 8.85. Okay, similarly for set 2 we have to calculate coefficient of variation. V2 is equal to sigma 2 divided by x2 bar into 100, so this is equal to sigma 2 is 8.35 divided by mean is 48.75 into 100. Now calculate this. V2 is equal to 17.13 and here V1 is less than V2. Hence we can write consistency of set 1 is greater than consistency of set 2. So this is solution, means here it is clear that set 1 is more consistent as compared to set 2. Hence the answer. Let us stop here. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks a lot.